Hi fire signs, my name is Michelle Kelly. Welcome to This Is Your Sign. This is your career and finance reading for all the fire signs, for all the Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. So happy birthday, Aries. And thank you so much for watching my channel. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much. If you haven't had a chance to subscribe, please like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. And when you go into subscriptions, you'll see every time I upload a video, which is every Saturday. So we are in the month of April for the career and finance for all the fire signs. So Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Let's see what your career and finance reading says for the month of April 2021. So your cards have come out all on their own. Time to go. It's upside down. The next one is blessed, and the last one is yang. So this is time to go. It's upside down. It usually means you're ready to move on, but when it's upside down, it's maybe you're not quite ready yet. I'm going to read a little bit more about this, but you know, I think you might get pushed or have gotten pushed out of something that you thought was right for you, fire signs, and you weren't ready for this to happen, but it needed to happen anyway. And a lot of times for all of us, God does for us what we cannot do for ourselves. So a lot of times if you're not able to move and you need to, it will be done for you. So sometimes that's the only way that we're able to move on from a situation. Sometimes we can't break up with things. They need to break up with us. So this is saying endings, completion, walking away from something because there's nothing else to learn or experience. When it's upside down, it has a message of protection. So it's saying, even if it appears that you have reached the end of the line, all is lost, isn't it? It says all is lost. It isn't. You're in a situation that will resurface again later. So consider this a break rather than an ending. Destiny is in charge here. You lose nothing and gain everything when you surrender to that fact. Your soul knows that your destiny is unfolding with perfect timing and synchronicity. Your small self has doubts, which is your ego. That's your head. That's when you operate out of your head and you're not operating out of your heart. So it says, but that is natural. As it doesn't have the map of your destiny, the soul does. Spirit loves you. Trust that. So this is saying that you have nothing to lose. A lot of times the fear of losing something is worse than the actual losing something. And like I was saying before, sometimes we need things to break up with us first, like to kick you out, to move on. And, you know, the rejection, nobody likes being rejected. Nobody likes being told this isn't for you anymore. But what you do have is you have experience and you have knowledge and you have a lot more to offer than you think you do. The next one says blessed. So I know that you guys are blessed. It's hard to feel that way sometimes when you get turned upside down. So it's saying something wonderful that is unearned and unexpected. Grace that is unforeseen, an unforeseen gift from Spirit. It says unexpected windfalls of good fortune come your way right now. You're in a phase where any difficulties or obstacles that have stemmed your success seem to disappear on their own. Be ready to receive. The windows of opportunity will open wide. Accept the blessings given to you now and don't forget to share them. So whatever it is that you think you were going to lose or might have lost, that what you are going to get and receive is way better than you can possibly imagine. Although when this is happening to you, it does not feel that way. It feels pretty horrible and pretty scary, and it feels like, did you ever hear that expression, when one door shuts, another one opens? A lot of times the other door has to shut first in order for the other one to open. And there's usually a waiting period in between that. And that waiting period in between is very hard and very scary. And it's very hard not to go to the deep, dark, horrible place down the rabbit hole. Like, that is normal. But staying there isn't. So we're going to talk about this a little bit more. It says, Yin, the feminine principle of receptivity, letting someone else make the first move, gathering information and taking cues, the art of conscious allowing. This is the time when the most effective action is allow others to show you the way forward. Observe their behavior and follow their lead. Your desire to push through must take a back seat right now. Collaborate and offer your ideas rather than dictating what must happen. Let others come to you. It's important that they feel they have the power now. Another meaning is about releasing your need to have things in the form that you want. How do you want to feel? Basking in your success. Now is the time to allow the universe to show you the form. Yin is the sign of essence. Things may go more smoothly than you expect. So what this is telling me is that, you guys, something had happened that shifted your career, your job, your finances, and it was a blessing. It was a blessing in disguise. You needed this to happen in order for you guys to shift. And you're so used to like steering the boat and making stuff happen. And this is asking you just to try and release some of your grip. Like, you don't have to hold on for dear life. And, holding on for dear life because the fear of the unknown, and you don't just all of a sudden wake up one day and just let go with like grace and ease. It's like your fingers have to be peeled off. And usually this is a process. It doesn't happen in one day. It doesn't happen in 2 days. It doesn't happen in 3 days. It usually takes months and weeks, and sometimes even years. But this is saying that blessings are coming your way, even if you can't see it or feel it. But like, you don't have to be in charge of everything all the time. And maybe you thought, the only way for anything to happen is if I make it frickin' happen. And I'm sorry if that happened to you, because that's really, it's a hard way to live, and it's exhausting. So if you are coming out of that or have been in that, even coming out of that is a process. So I'm asking you to allow yourself a little bit of grace right now. It's okay if you don't know where you're going or how you're supposed to get there. Every day, what happens is the divine spirit, God, your angels, your higher power, you get breadcrumbs. And this is not breadcrumbs like, this is just like you get little pieces of your spiritual puzzle every day, just enough to keep you going, but you don't get all the pieces at once. It's too overwhelming, and you're not meant to. So releasing that control and that power, honestly, that is part of your process right now. And I know it's not an easy one to be in. So take a deep breath. Congratulations for whatever was taken out of your life for you, or vice versa. Maybe you did move. Maybe you did move on your own because it wasn't right for you. And if you did that, I say congratulations, because that's really brave. So I'm going to get back into, I'm doing the Angel Gabriel cards, Archangel Gabriel Oracle cards, and these are like your life purpose. So if you're trying to decide where to go, what to do, how to do it, I'm going to let the cards guide us of what direction you're supposed to be going in. But this is not set in stone. This is, you have free will always, but it says journaling. It says, Consistently writing about your feelings and activities stirs up creative ideas and builds your confidence as a writer. You guys, it sounds like you're a writer. And I'm going to tell you, after I go into this, it says vulnerability. Listen to your vulnerable feelings as they contain wisdom and inspiration. Then pray for the strength to focus on your priorities no matter what. And then the last card says, ask for what you want. Clear communication with yourself, with God, and with others helps you avoid misunderstandings and speeds up the process of unanswered prayers. I will do anything to speed up the process, including, I always think I need to know more, quicker, faster. So I'll be happier sooner. And this is saying the best way to do that is to pray and to ask your guides, your angels, God, the divine, your higher power, whoever you pray to, for guidance and direction. And honestly, you cannot do that wrong, and it might come to you in the form of a dream. And this is saying right here about the journaling. You guys, there is such a power in writing things down. I forgot that. I was taught a long time ago about writing things down, and I got busy and forgot. So if you guys got busy and forgot, this is saying start journaling, start writing things down. One thing you can start doing, if you haven't started this journaling process, but it sounds like you're meant to write and you guys are writers, and your vulnerability comes out when you're writing. And honestly, that's really what people are looking for. They are looking for sincere and genuine people, and that's what sells. That's what people want to be near, and they want to be near you. And your writing sounds like this is the way to touch people's lives. So and it'll help you heal as well. So if you can go and get a journal and just start journaling every day, even if you don't know what to write, you could start like a gratitude journal. You could start writing down what you're grateful for, or just each day when you get up. I'm going to suggest another thing is write the date down next to it when you do it, so you can keep a log, because believe it or not, you are starting the process of putting your spiritual puzzle together through journaling, through writing. And you guys, it seems like for all of you fire signs, for the Aries, the Leo, and the Sagittarius, all of you out there right now, writing is a great way to get in touch with yourself, in touch with your feelings, where you are. And you know what, you can start, like, you don't have to show it to anybody. You don't have to let anybody else read it if you don't want to. But this is like, get started if you haven't done that already. And if you have done that already, congratulations. This is just the divine giving you confirmation that you're on the right track and you are exactly where you're supposed to be. And being vulnerable is totally badass, by the way. So listening to your feelings as they contain wisdom and inspiration, then pray for the strength to focus on your priorities no matter what. So both times, this is asking you to ask the divine and spirit and your angels and your guides, whoever you believe in. And maybe that's when you feel a connection when you're writing. So like, please write. That seems like what you guys are meant to do right now. And that could lead you someplace else where you don't even know. Maybe it starts off with writing and it takes you down another path. Maybe it takes you to a podcast. Maybe it takes you to a YouTube channel. Maybe it takes, like, I don't know where it's going to take you, but it's like, write it down, get started. And the other thing is the sign behind me. So like, the sign says, create the things you wished existed. So if you are struggling with your life purpose right now, my girlfriend told me years ago, like, when you're younger, you start off with jobs and then you get a career. And then after your career, then you get a vocation. And a vocation, and I didn't even know what, she told me, Michelle, you're doing your vocation. I'm like, I didn't even know what vocation meant. I had to go look it up. But a vocation is like your soul's purpose. This is what you're here for. This is what you're here to do. So the sign behind me is saying, create the things you wish existed. So I am going to give you this question to mull over, to think about. It's a question, it's very deep, and your answer could take you a day, it could take you a week, it could take weeks, it could take months, or it could take years. However long it takes you, that's not wrong. It's wherever you are on your life's journey. But creating the things you wish existed. What do you wish was available to you that either A, didn't exist and you needed, or B, doesn't exist? So, okay, I have a girlfriend she is an Aries, and one of the things is, she was saying to me, why would anybody want to buy, I suggested a cookbook, and she was like, why would anybody want to buy my cookbook? There's tons of cookbooks out there. And I said to her, you're a snowflake. We're all snowflakes. Did you ever hear that no two snowflakes are the same, which is a miracle. And no two people are the same, and yet we are all the same. We're all from God. We're all children of God. But what makes us different is whatever comes easy to you, that is your gift from God, by the way. And just because things come easy to you doesn't mean they come easy to everybody else. And a lot of times I know your gift that you think, oh my God, anybody could do this. Anybody can't do this. If that is your gift and a million people are doing your gift, there is only one you. And a lot of times, even for you guys watching my videos right now, so there are a ton of card readers on YouTube. There's a ton. But for whatever reason, you're drawn to me. You're drawn to what I offer, what I have. And there's a lot of people doing this. But there's only one Michelle Kelly with this style, with how I talk, with how I communicate to you. There could be 10 readers and we could all have the same decks, and the way we interpret how it comes to us, what it feels like, how to give the message to you, you will get the message 10 different ways. So when you have this magical gift that you have, people want to be near you and around you because you're you. And that's what they want, not just, just say you're an eye doctor, and there's a ton of eye doctors, but there's not, like, the reason why I said eye doctor is my glasses. So I bought my glasses a year and a half ago, and they weren't cheap. And the reason why I got my glasses at this place was because of the girl who sold them to me. She wanted me to see with the best possible glasses in the best way possible. And it wasn't the cheapest way, but I believed her and I trusted her, and I loved how she presented herself to me. I believed it. I liked her energy, and I loved, she wasn't selling. She was selling, but she was selling herself and not really the glasses. And that's why I got them. That's why I went there. I believed her and I trusted her. And I think we're all looking for that. It's not, are you the greatest? Are you the best? Do you have the most experience? No. People want to be around authentic and genuine, and they want to be near you. So please believe me when I tell you guys this. The next one says organized for success. Do not let the word organized intimidate you, as it is simply a way for you to ensure clarity of purpose. Organizing your thoughts, your reports, your living and workspace, and your finances will help you know and plan for your next action steps. Okay, guys, when I see this card, what I see is, and what I hear is, okay, organized. So this translates to me is that maybe you guys feel overwhelmed when you think, Jesus, I need to do all this and I can't do all this. So it's that feeling of overwhelmed and that feeling of perfectionism. Like I have to be perfect and great at this before I even get started. And this is saying bullshit, not true. So you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to have, if you decided like, okay, Michelle, I know I'm writing, but I know I'm meant to speak, but I don't have a great camera, or I don't have a great background, or I don't have the best possible whatever. This is saying you don't have to. You can still get started anyway. And there's a fabulous book that I read, and it was so good, and it's on audio. So if you guys are watching my video, I'm thinking you might be audio too. But it's called, God, now I'm drawing a blank of it. Clarity. It's something about clarity. God, all right, I hope it comes back to me. Oh, it's like something about clutter. Jesus, it's on Hay House. I forget. From Clutter to Clarity. I think that's the name of it. It was so good, but it was saying a lot of times when we're overwhelmed, we are not scared of the first action. We're scared of the action after the first action. Like, so I'm going to tell you guys, I wanted to start a YouTube channel. I wanted to start it. I knew, well, no, I didn't want to start. I got the calling from God, and I'm not even joking. I know I'm meant to speak out loud and to people, and that people need to hear me. And I was scared to death to do it. I was petrified. And I said to my son the one day, I said, I know I'm meant to speak out loud. But I said, you know, because of course I go to the worst possible case scenario. I don't want to have haters. And he's like, Mom, you're not even good. You have to be good to have haters. You're not going to have any. I was like, oh my God, Jesus. I was so upset. I'm like, I want haters. Like, how could you even say this to me? Now I'm devastated that I'm not going to have them. First, I'm worried I'm going to have them. And then he's telling me you're not even good enough to have haters. So that was like, that was my spark. That was my fire. Like, I want to be good enough to have haters. I don't want to have haters. Trust me, I don't want anybody to hate me, but I have haters now. And not on this YouTube channel, but on my other YouTube channel, I have people that don't like me, but I realized what happens with haters is really people don't hate you, they hate themselves. So I can understand that. So when people say negative comments to me, they're not really talking to me, they're talking about how they feel about themselves. So this is saying, you guys, whatever your fear is, it's usually not, I'm not scared to get started. I'm scared about what's going to happen down the road. This is saying, take a bite-sized chunk. You don't have to swallow the whole sandwich in one bite. You will choke. Like, take a bite. You can do it. This is your confirmation to please get started, and you don't have to be 100% perfectionism and organized, but you can start thinking about a plan, but don't let you not having the whole plan figured out before you get started to stop you from beginning. You can figure it out as you go. So this is saying release jealousy. Jealousy is an affirmation that you don't have something, and the universe manifests exactly as you affirm. Let other people's successes inspire you rather than frustrate you. If they can have it, so can you. So if you're thinking like, God, good things only happen to this person and they never happen to me. And so when you see other people succeed and do well, a lot of times what you don't see is the work that leads up to the success. A lot of times you don't see their failures. You don't see all of the negative things that happen first. You only see the after, and they have more money than me. They have a nicer car than me. They have a nicer house than me. Their family's better than mine. Usually when you see this stuff, first of all, most of the time, people aren't as happy as they photograph themselves to be. I want to let you know the people usually, and not every single person, this isn't true for every single person, but most people who present the biggest, the best, the brightest, the everything, they actually are feeling quite the opposite. So don't let that fool you of their life is better than yours, they're happier than me, or they didn't have to work as hard, and good things only happen for them. Good things can happen for you too. So this is saying, don't hate the successful. It's there for you too. You can have it. And it says, face your financial fears. When you are honest with yourself about your fears about success or failure, they can no longer control you. Be free from hidden fears by exposing them to the light and awareness, and you will realize that you in fact have nothing to fear, that every successful person has struggled, and release these self-doubts. So you guys, fear, the definition for fear I heard is false evidence appearing real. So we were all taught about finances and money from our families. And usually you're taught what to be like or what not to be like. Usually you end up just like them or the exact extreme opposite, which either one to the extreme is not healthy. You can thank your family for all of their efforts to teach you about money, but it is time to release that and adopt a new way of thinking about money. We were all taught things about money that weren't true. So this is saying to release your fears, but you don't just wake up one day and they're gone. If your parents lived in debt their whole life, chances are it's going to be very hard for you to be successful with finances because what you witnessed, was your normal. So like we've all been taught about money, and most of us were taught we're never going to have enough, that you're not going to be happy unless you have excess amounts, and that you have to do things that you hate and don't enjoy in order to get it, and you can live your best life after, instead of like, no, you can do both. You can release your financial fears and you can be happy now, and you don't have to wait until your kids are raised, or after you do this or after you do that. This is saying that's not true, but you don't, like I was saying before, you don't just wake up one day and that's gone. This is a practice. For as much as it is taught to you to unlearn this process, however old you are when you're watching this. So I'm 49 years old right now. I was taught certain things in my family for at least 18 years. I ended up moving out for a little bit, but then I went back. So I had a lot of years of my family's ideas and perceptions. And now at 49 years old, and I've been in 2 12-step programs, one of them for over 31 years, the second one for 9 years. And so I'm unlearning everything that I learned, and I'm still unlearning. And I've had a lot of help and support with this, and it's still in me. So please don't beat yourself up for this. This is not your fault, but this is saying try and start being open that there's more than one way to do things. So for all the fire signs, for your career and finance reading for the month of April, I am sending you all the love and light that I can possibly send you. And this is your sign signing off. And thank you so much for watching. If you're still watching, please subscribe to my channel. See you guys soon. Take care. Fire signs.